Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have zombies. That's each of those letters separated by a dash, but we'll just go by zombies. This is a Disney Channel movie. It runs about an hour and 37 minutes long. It's from 2018, and wow, it falls into the whole tradition of the Kenny Ortega type directed films, but this is not a Kenny Ortega project. His name's not anywhere on this that I could tell. This is directed by Paul Hone and Hohen. It's Hoen. Oh, sorry, Paul. I don't know. But it falls into the tradition of telling a teenage romance, song and dance kind of story. Um, but putting a nice little supernatural twist on it. I ever since I heard that this series existed, a series of films existed. So far, there's only two out there. There's two on Disney Plus, and a third is apparently in the works, from what I could tell. But yeah, it's mixing comedy and music and romance and everything else that teenagers, primarily females, primarily girls, would be interested in. This it's a humongous cheerleading um, aspect to this. It's like, well, Addison wants to be the part join the cheer team and go to the cheer championships and everything else. Zombie Zed wants to uh, become join the football team. Well, of course, in the zombie world, uh, I gotta explain this first. I've always, like I said, I've always wondered how you could Disneyfy the concept of zombies, and they kind of did it with a few compromises here and there. Yes, there at one point, um, there was a normal world, a seaside town. Everything was perfect, and everybody was wearing pastels constantly, and it's all pinks and greens, by the way, are the school colors. Everything was perfect until something with the lime soda caused a meltdown at a factory or something, and it caused some of the population to become zombified. And apparently, this happened generations ago. So there's generations of zombies. These are kids who've grown up since children. In fact, Milo here, sorry, Milo Manheim plays Zed. Zed here has a little sister. She's like 5 or something. It's green hair and pigtails. That's how you know the zombie. They have pale skin and they have green hair. And what's up with that? That's how you can tell that they are different and they are to be looked down upon. They are the other in this world. There are many metaphors, yes, that can be taken out of this, especially since the point of this movie is the beginning of school integration. Yes, I think there's a very fine line to travel here, especially since there's so many beautiful white kids in on both sides of the zombie fence. Yes, some of the people in this seaside town, I guess it's called, I can't remember the name of the town, are unaffected and beautiful and perfect. And there's Zombie Town. Everybody's green and pale, and they love brains. And there's a wall between their worlds, and somebody decided, hey, we're going to start integrating the school. Of course, the zombies all get put in the basement and taught by the janitor. I, I don't want to even mention Ruby Bridges, but the idea comes from I think from that idea. I don't know where the students get put into the white kid school, like little Ruby Bridges, a little black girl, ages 6, was put into the white school and then set into a classroom all by herself. I imagine maybe the inspiration for this storyline was based on that, and it is meant. It's very much a humongous theme about tolerance, and not just tolerance, but acceptance and integration, and showing that even though people are different, you can accept them. But you're dealing with zombies, of course, and while the real world says the black man is very evil and they do drugs and they do horrible crimes and uh, it it is in the zombies movie. Uh, Zombies actually do want to eat brains. They are dangerous. They have to wear little wristbands, electronic wristbands, that keep them under control. And if suddenly that glitches, they become. By the way, there's no blood in this. There's no violence. There's no gore. There's nothing. And the talk that the suggestion that they want to eat brains and stuff like that, is it's just talked about. There's never anybody in this film shown to be at risk. Nobody's ever been bitten, like like in The Walking Dead. People have watched that show based on a comic book, and you know you get bitten, and it accelerates the chances you're going to turn into a zombie. Everybody's infected in Walking Dead. Spoiler. But it's when you die, that's when you turn, and there's no indication that these people are dead, that they're the Walking Dead. They're just different. They happen to like brains now, and they look different. Their skin color is different. So, anyway, the point is that yes, there's hatred for the other, and the zombies aren't really big fans of the humans either. If anything, this is a humans and mutants kind of thing. This is an X-Men thing. Not that the zombies have any special powers, except for when they lose control, they have a little bit of extra strength and a little bit less control over their impulses. It's not a perfect metaphor to the real world, but I think the goal of this, amidst all the singing and dancing and flipping and cheerleading and romance, and by the way, there's not even a kiss, I don't think, between the two main characters, between Addison and Zed. A to Z, Addison and Zed. There's not even a kiss. They get close, but yeah, I don't think there's a kiss. So you won't even scandalize the 8-year-olds who are watching this. They're like, ew, kissing boys, ew. It's okay. This is actually a super family safe movie. It teaches the viewer who might be unfamiliar with this that the people down the street, the people in the different part of the neighborhood who look a little bit different from you, are not evil. They are not the bad guys, and it's the hatred and intolerance that we have for each other that is the bad thing. And yes, the day is saved by cheerleading. That teaches tolerance and integration, and that people from different cultures can get along. Does everybody change the way they think? Who knows? Uh, it's by the way, the film has a great villain. He's the lead cheerleader. Uh, where's his? What's his name? He's in this. Where is he? Oh, come on. Is he buried that far down the line? By the way, some of my favorite characters in this were actually the janitor and the coach, who were just like, they get some of the best lines. They're just some of the best lines in this entire thing. There is a zombie character named Bonzo, who looks more raggedy, but he's super handsome. But he doesn't speak any like clear English. He speaks zombie language. So that's, again, that tells you just how long the zombies have been around. They've been around for generations. They've created their own culture and language and everything else. And it's really just slight Pig Latin gibberish versions of English. So you can almost tell what he's saying, but not always. So yeah, imperfect metaphor for intolerance, but you get the idea. It's it's not dangerous. It's not gross. It's not gory, which I kind of wanted it to be, because it's zombies. Otherwise, again, it's not dangerous. There are a few moments of danger where, yes, certain characters do go out of control because their wristbands malfunction through no fault of their own, technically. But yeah, it makes for a fun thing. The dancing and the songs are actually catchy, especially the Zombie Land. Nothing to do with the other movie with Woody Harrelson. The Zombie Land song and dance sequence, which they do reprise at the end, is pretty dang good. It takes place in the zombie land. He takes Addison, Zed takes Addison over to see his world. And again, she says things that might be offensive, and she's like, I didn't know." So there's a lot of apologetics going on in this as well. So it's kind of funny. I mean, again, there are moments where the metaphor becomes very thin when it talks about race and culture and things like that. Uh, Other times it's just, well, it's good. It's you know what it's getting at, but anyway, it's a fun little movie. I was surprised that I liked it as much as I did. It's not the kind of thing I'm going to ever watch again because it's not made for me. It's made for the 10-year-old and all of us who like the singing and dancing and the cheerleading and everything else, and the cute boys and cute girls throughout. So, Meg Donnelly in this, by the way, she's gorgeous. And I was like, where have I seen her before? And I looked her up, and I can't think of anything. I didn't recognize mostly anything that she's been in before. The weird thing is she and one of the other characters, one of her best friend in the show, in the movie here, both of them do voices for an animated thing. Hold on here. Boy, that's really specific, isn't it? That's really helpful to you. Spider-Man. They both play Venom symbiotes in the Spider-Man series from 2020, which is just weird. But yeah, so it's got a nice little Marvel connection. They're getting their jobs in, but yeah, she's super pretty, and I just can't figure out where I've seen her before, and apparently I haven't seen her in what's listed on IMDb. Maybe she's my neighbor. Unlikely. But anyway, yeah. Zombies. It's not bad. It's not bad. Like I said, I'm not going to see it again. But I will be watching the Zombies 2 and probably 3 at some point on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. So, it won't be painful. It's no Teen Beach or, God, it's been so long I haven't even seen. Is it Teen Beach 2? I saw Teen Beach 2 and I really liked that one. But that had a time travel element to it. Anyway, look that one up on the series. It's early on. It's one of my old episodes. Turn up the volume. Sound isn't good. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
608.
Oh, staying in the 600s. 608. All right. I think, okay, we're dealing with another probably National Geographic documentary. But we've seen, I think I know what this is about. We've seen this guy before. He crafts weapons, and he makes swords for movies and things like that. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but we're going to watch Ultimate Viking Sword. Ultimate Viking Sword is a guy who just makes swords, I think. And it's the Ultimate Viking one that he's going to show in this one. I don't know if that's going to be an entire episode or a series, but hey, we're going to find out tomorrow. Ultimate Viking Sword on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you then.